Hi everyone and welcome to another PDF template overview video. Chances are you've come across this video in the listing on my shop with the link. Just in case you haven't and you've come across it naturally through my YouTube channel, I will leave the listing link in the description so you can check out this multicolored notebook. Essentially what we have here is seven different colored notebooks. You've got white, black, blue, yellow, orange, green and pink. They're all very similar in function, but obviously you have different colors of each. And I'll go over how you can get the most out of these. Goes without saying this is for the reMarkable Paper Pro and not the reMarkable 2 because that is just simply grayscale. So as a very simple overview, you'll receive all 7 of these within the package. Every time you go into one of the notebooks, you'll be greeted with the index. The index is very simple. You have 25 lines where you can input the topic of your various notes, and then there's numbers 1 to 25 which are hyperlinked. So I'm just going to give you a quick example here. You'd input the topic, press on the entry 1, it will take you to a lined page. Now this is just a single lined page, which is okay for most notes, but for a lot of notes you're going to need more. So simply click on this button here, or the icon. It'll tell you what page you're currently on. You hold it down and then you press the duplicate button here. And you can duplicate that page as many times as you want, 10, 20, 50 times. That's absolutely okay. And it won't affect the hyperlinks of all these other entries. So for each entry, you can duplicate the number of lined pages. Now you won't be able to duplicate this index page, but what you can do is simply duplicate the notebook. So let's say you really like using yellow notes, which I know is beneficial for a lot of people, not just because they like the color, but also because it is beneficial for certain people, the ways they like to work. White paper can give people a bit of a headache sometimes with the contrast, so people prefer trying different colored papers, which is great because you can do that on the Paper Pro. So with the yellow notebook, there you go, I've just done a bit of a test there. You can see that it is in full color, looks lovely and nice, but what you can do is just simply hold down on that notebook or the color that you like to use and press duplicate, and you essentially have limitless notebooks. So you can replace your lined notes or your standard reMarkable notebooks with whichever color you like. A quick mention that with PDF templates, you can't use typed notes. So if you are using the type folio quite regularly, and you won't be able to do that on any PDFs, it's not just these ones, just reMarkable in general don't allow for that. But for any sort of writing and notes, you can use these, and it's great to have the coloured paper option. Now I'm going to give you an example of how you might want to use these notes. So I've set up a test file here called example. And so I use my reMarkable for home and for work use. So in my home file, here I've got a section for daily reflections, and I'm doing some home renovations. So rather than just using a normal reMarkable lined notebook here, let's say I really like using the black option. So I'm going to go into my daily reflections, and I have my black notebook here. And just a few quick tips for using the black notebook. It goes without saying it's designed to use the white pen, and it is very responsive, just like using the black ink. I have found occasionally when using the colour inks, just like on normal notebooks, it can be a bit slower. So when you're using the red, in that time it seems okay. But if you are getting a bit of lag from the colours, I'd encourage you just to exit the document and go back into it, just like you would with a normal reMarkable notebook. So I've simply duplicated the black copy of the notebook and moved it into my home file. And I've renamed it Daily Reflections, and I've duplicated the black notebook again, and I've named it Home Renovation because that's something else I'm looking into. So you just follow that principle of having your main notebooks, you hold it down, duplicate it, and take that new copy and move it wherever you'd like to use it. So now I'm going to show you the example of my work folder. So I like to use black and white for home, but for work, I like to use yellow. So what I've got here is the simple yellow notebook. And this one, I forgot to mention, I've called it team meetings. So whilst each notebook has 25 entries, you can sort of organize it however suits you. So for me, 25 entries might be suitable for like a quarter, so I've called it Q1. So what I can simply do is have a yellow notebook for my team meetings for Q1, and then I'm going to have a yellow notebook for my team meetings, and this one is going to be for Q2. For some people, it might last them a whole year, 25 entries. For some people, it might last them a month or a week, depending on your needs there. But you just simply duplicate it over and over again. And maybe in Q3, I actually fancy using a different color, and I'm going to use the pink notebook here. Duplicate the pink notebook, find the copy, hold it down. I'm going to move that into my work folder here, and then you can rename it Q3. So you can move them around anywhere, fit it with your organization and how you use your reMarkable and your note taking, but you have the option to have colored pages and colored notes. Well, obviously with the reMarkable, you have the different colored pens, but it's nice to have the different colored paper as well for various reasons. So I hope you found that useful. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you on the next one.